May the words of my mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Please be seated. Jesus was a great storyteller. He knew how to catch people's attention, and he knew how to get them to be thinking. He starts this story there was a rich man. Now, his listeners in Galilee would go, somebody that's favored by God. A rich man. A rich man in purple cloth and fine linen who eats sumptuously. He's very much favored by God. We know who he is. And then Jesus says, there was a man named Lazarus who lay at his gate. Well, we know he's a sinner. We know if he isn't a sinner himself, his family were sinners, he is nothing. He's done. But then Jesus turns the tables. And he says, when Lazarus died, he went into the arms of Abraham and the angels who took him to Abraham. Whoa, wait a minute. This doesn't compute. We learned differently. We grew up knowing that this man was a sinner. There was no hope for him. And the rich man ends up in Hades, being tormented. This does not compute. This is something we need to think about. The rich man has been known as Divus. So it's a Greek word for rich man. And he had, sometime in the early centuries, he was given a name. But Lazarus and Abraham are the only two characters in parables and stories that Jesus tells that are given a name. Lazarus and Abraham are the only two characters in all the stories that are given a name. The rich man wants some help from Father Abraham. And in his own imperious way, he says, hey, Father Abraham, send this poor soul to tell my brothers what's going on. He still sees himself as this rich, important guy who goes off in his fine linen and will be well fed to do whatever he does during the day. But Abraham says, no, I'm not going to do it. There is no way that this can happen. And Abraham says, come on, send this man to tell my brothers, because they need to know what the outcome of their lives will be. And Abraham says, no. They have heard Moses. They've heard the prophets. They know what they are supposed to do. They are to aid the poor, to aid the sick, and to aid the hungry. They are not just supposed to use their money only for their own good. And we too know what we are supposed to do. We too know that the difference between a person who has money and a person who has money and gives it away is a big chasm. Timothy, in his letter from Paul, hears Paul say that the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. About 5 or 6 years ago, I was in the sacristy at Epiphany, and one of the altar guild ladies asked me, why does God hate rich people? And the answer is, God doesn't hate rich people. He hates rich people who sees money as the answer to everything. Give me more, give me better, give me everything. It's all mine. I remember one time being with my sister who managed to marry very well, and with her friends, and all they talked about was what they owned and how much it cost. And I went back to my late husband, Phil, and I said, I can't be rich because I can never remember how much anything cost. And I'm always bragging about what I got for almost nothing in the thrift store. It is the love of money, the money that becomes so important in your life that you can't do anything else. Timothy is warned not to be trapped by many senseless and harmful desires, not to be trapped by many senseless and harmful desires. Begin to think broader. Begin to think what you can do. You are to do good, to be rich in good works, to be rich in good works, generous and ready to share. Think abundance. Think of all of the good things you have in your life and how these are God's. These are gifts from God. You didn't earn them. Grace is a gift. You can't earn it. It's there. We are about to enter a stewardship campaign about tell out my soul the greatness of the Lord. That is where we are to go. We are to do good and tell the greatness of the Lord. You know what you are supposed to do. You know what God expects from you. To reach out, to join Reverend Karen and I on Tuesday at Epiphany, where we make lunch and hand them out to people that are hungry. The more of us there are, the easier the work is going to be. I want to end with some advice from Tobit, the book of Tobit. Give alms from your possessions, and do not let your eye begrudge what you make. Do not turn your face away from anyone who is poor. The face of God will not be turned away from you. If you have many possessions, make your gift from them in proportion. If you have few, do not be afraid to give according to the little you have. So you will be laying up good treasures for yourself against the day of necessity. For almsgiving delivers from death and keeps you from going into the darkness. Amen.